This program where you transfer your knowledge, whatever you gain during the class. For example, if you are from class pembangunan media, youth development, where you learn about, we have Profinta here. I don't see you. Nanti Profinta ke sini. So before I proceed, Prof. Intan, the Director for Center of Academic and Experiential Learning. Okay.
Assalamualaikum, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. I'm just gonna take a few minutes only because I have another meeting online. Okay, first and foremost, thank you so much for being here. Is this all the stuff? And so I can see more outside. You can quickly come in, please. Okay, as I mentioned, today is the briefing on service learning. So this is actually a co-curriculum courses. The co-curriculum courses actually have been rebranded into what we call community engagement and service learning, but that is not for your cohort, this is for the next cohort. Even so, the transition has happened. So the transition is that we are now no longer just conducting activities where we evaluate you to play football, to play netball, to swim, if you can swim correctly or not. Because why? Because you have done that many years ago in your schools, right? You have, maybe some of you are even country players, pergi national players. Maybe some of you have served in I don't know, Olympic ke tak ada? Sukma ke kan? So we do not want to re-educate you in a way kan, ataupun downgrade pula, not even re-educate, even downgrade you. You already learn so much. Okay, maybe some of you have been a very good debaters, you have been a very good netballers last time. So we do not want to re-educate you, and or even worse to downgrade pula kan. You dah belajar lagi hebat, kita ajar yang tak berapa nak best pula kan. So we have actually restructured the courses where we are not delivering co-curriculum courses as it is in terms of technique, theories and whatnot. Tapi ada lah, but not all about it. So what we want to do is actually to educate students to learn, so together we can learn on how to conduct service learning. So this is more important and more meaningful. So service learning is where you are engaged with community. Community is not necessarily orang kampung ke miskin ke, no, not necessarily. Community can be orang kampung, macam kalau dekat Benut tu dia tak miskin, dia kaya so dia punya rumah semua dah free dah. Saya rumah sewa lagi, rumah bayar kat bank lagi. Okay, so not necessarily we are going to, when we talk about community, there's a lot of level of community so if you go to industry, these are also community, industrial people. If you go to Kerteh, for example the community are all industrial people. If you go to Mabul, for example, so the community are all entrepreneur people. Even though they are kampung, but their entrepreneurships is very well. They are dealing with the tourists and whatnot, right? So these are all level. And when you talk about conducting programs, service learning programs, maybe you are not just dealing directly to the community. You might have to deal with the authority as well. You might have to talk to the DO, district officer. You might have to write letters to the minister. Who knows, right? If your service learning program is very impactful, you might have want to ask some money from the Petronas CEO, perhaps. I don't know. Okay, so this is, the sky is your limit. So you can do whatever you like in these courses. Actually, you can. We want you to fly. Okay, you can create a very impactful programs, okay, through service learning. As mentioned by Dr. Mahyudin just now, when we talk about service learning, it have to be, dia ada dua element. Service learning is not the same as you have some food and then you go and do some feeding the gelandangan, the homeless people. That's not considered service learning unless the marks is given as part of your courses. Okay, so for example, when we talk about service learning, it must be attached to some courses. So not necessarily just koQ, we also have courses in your faculty, as in your programs. You can also conduct service learning within your courses. For example, you learn marine technology, for example, and then when you know a little bit about marine and then you want to actually transfer the knowledge to orang-orang yang dekat tepi laut, contohnya how to repair their boats, for example, for free. They don't have to ask other people to come, they can do it by themselves. And you are the one who actually transferring the knowledge to them. This is a kind of service learning from your mechanical punya knowledge atau your electrical knowledge and your technical knowledge. But from co-curriculum, when we talk about, for example, pembangunan belia kan, so these are actually the knowledge that we learn a few weeks in the beginning of the semester, and then disaster punya management, for example kan, so you are actually learning some of the knowledge, some of them you already know. Okay, so you just actually refreshing the memories, and then we want to know on how to deliver this to the community. Okay, so kalau swimming, for example, you might not be a good swimmer, you baru nak belajar berenang, macam mana nak ajar community? Not necessarily teaching the skills, but conducting the activity is also part of the service learning. Alright, so maybe you memang tak tahu berenang, you do not know how to swim well, how can you teach people? You might drown them, right? So you don't want that to happen. Okay, but you are the one who are in charge on writing all the papers to the minister asking for money. Okay, so you are part of the engagement with the community as well, but not directly transferring the knowledge. Maybe there's one or two of your friends who are really highly skilled to do that, let them do that. You do the one who are actually doing some other things. Okay, so this is what we want. And for the lecturers, for the assistant lecturer that actually teaching these courses, okay, thank you very much for being here. Okay, so for your information, we are not evaluating you on the knowledge of the skills. Kalau you masuk club apa? Club Iqra, for example, anyone in Iqra? Okay, we are not going to ask, not to evaluate you on how good you're reading on Quran, for example. No, we are not. Kalau yang masuk kelas suksis contohnya kan, how fast, how good your kawat. No, your evaluation is on your character development. So lecturers and assistant lecturers who are teaching these courses, please take note. We want the student to be evaluated not on the knowledge, on the technical knowledge. No, it's on the skills that you have developed. It's on your character development. It is related to your soft skills. Okay, how you communicate with all level of life. Okay, how you communicate among yourself with your peers. Okay, how you actually work together in a team to make the program successful. This is where your evaluation will be. So jangan marah nanti ada kawan dapat markah lebih. Dia sama grup dengan saya, kenapa markah dia lebih? Mungkin masa dia bersama community dia menunjukkan sifat yang lebih polite, yang lebih cakna kepada keadaan sekeliling. I'm so sorry I speak Malay. Sorry. Being a Malay, you always want to go back to your own language. I'm so sorry about that. Okay, so it's like, for example, in a program, okay, that is why pengajar, please take note, when you are conducting programs, I want the evaluation to be done there. I want you to monitor your student, and during this time, you really actually notice which one who are actually, maybe you dah ada markah lain lah for individual marks, you already have some assignment, kan? That's okay. But during the community service, this is when you will evaluate your student based on their performance on the day of the program is being conducted. So that is why in class, some of your kawan-kawan, your previous, I don't want to fail lah. Do you think people fail these courses or not? No. People fail these courses. Why? Because they tak datang community service. Okay, you didn't come for the community service, you completely fail. You're going to fail. Why? Community service is 60%. Okay, so if you cannot come, you must notify your lecturer and tell him why, and then maybe come up with some other things. Maybe you can conduct another project, similar project in a small scale elsewhere. Alright, so to actually make sure it is counted for your evaluation. Otherwise, you can fail. Normally, people will get A for this course. Tapi saya dah tengok dia dapat E. That's why please do not this Hopefully not this cohort lah. This cohort of students all get A's, hopefully. Okay. And also during your engagement with community, I want assistant lecturer, please have a look at your student. And also student, please, when you are with the community, you are the ambassador of UTM, tahu tak? Malu tau. There was an incident where I was there because I was invited as one of the one to accompany the DO to officiate the programs, and then the community is actually performing for the student, doing gasing, main gasing. It's not easy, to main gasing. I don't think I can do it. Susah, berat, dan tu 1 kilogram you want to spin it. It's not like spinneret you main tu ngarut. Ni gasing tau, real gasing. It's 1 kilogram of weight, and they can spin it for how long do you think? 3 minutes, that's spinneret. Apa? 1 hour or longer, they can spin. Oh, don't you want to learn how to do that? It's great, right? You think you can play games sudah bagus lah. Orang boleh spin gasing 1 kilogram, for 1 hour. So they can really do it. So this community is actually doing the performance to show to the student. Guess what the student did? Main game. Selfie, borak, ketawa-ketawa. Saya rasa sangat malu. If it's my student, I tak nak pergi lah, sebab kalau saya turun kat situ kan dah tak best kan, sebab saya konon-konon VIP at that time. Takkan dia turun bawah marah dia cubit sikit kan. Kalau you sudah saya akan buat. Saya akan pergi cubit sekali. Behave yourself. Like a mother kan. We want to help you develop yourself, right? We don't want you to look like that and then people say, UTM student apa macam ni. Kan, regardless whoever you are, people we say UTM student. Dia tak tahu you siapa nama kan. Tahu nama you Intan ke apa, tak tahu kan. Dia tahu you UTM student kan. Kalau UTM besar tu rasa macam geram. Okay, so please make sure when you are with the community, you behave like you are with the community. And also for the assistant lecturer, I want you to take note on this for character development, for your for the skills and soft skills the student portray. It must be evaluated during the service also, not only masa dia planning dengan kawan-kawan. Because our student, sorry to say, not just you, my children also sama je, langai. Masa dengan kawan-kawan lain kan, bila dengan community tu diam, tak lagi nak cakap kan. Kan, kadang-kadang senyum pun susah. Sebenarnya is good kan, so that is why we create this program. We want you to be able to blend with the community, no matter dia gen blue, baby bloom ke, baby tak bloom ke, it doesn't matter. So we want you to be able to blend with them so that you can actually show respect, okay, not only for them but for yourself. When you show respect, it's not for people kan, it's for you, because people will actually respect you when you respect people. Okay, so that's why we have this kind of program, so that when you graduated later on becoming top accountant, top engineers in the world, we do not want you to go to work, create all the medical and come back home, sleep, and that's it until the day you die. We want you to go to work, be a good engineer. When you come back, you can give back to the community. You can say hello to your neighbor. You can help them do something. When something happens in your community, you can give your hand to them. I promise 5 minutes and I take so much of your time already. Okay, so sebenarnya itulah what we want. Okay, we want you to be able to blend with the environment. I'm not talking about you as a student, generasi berbeza, blah blah. No, my daughters are just as same age as you are, even though I look very young kan, betul kan? Tapi my daughter is 24 years old. Just a few days ago, I bring her to Korea. I have a work trip in Korea, and I bring the two of them there. And the way they communicate, I feel like, oh my God, with the professors, kan ada cakap dah bagi tahu, you buat perangai elok, lepas kau tidak, never again I will bring you. Okay, mula-mula the first few days they don't even open their mouth. Tak, thank you tak nak. Lepas tu rupanya dia boleh cakap Korea perempuan tu sebenarnya. Okay, so sebenarnya we need to learn on how to communicate with all level of life. Okay, kita kena tahu yang profesor misalnya kita nak deal with them kan, tak boleh lah tiba-tiba kakak kan dengan dia kan, sebab dia ialah level dia konon kan, so kita kena respect dia kan. Lepas tu bila dia dengan grup yang macam mana kita boleh rapat dengan grup, kan kita kena ada level-level dia dan waktu-waktu dia. Kalau dia even profesor tapi waktu tengah makan, bolehlah bergurau-gurau semua kan. Tapi kalau dia tengah bagi lecture, boleh ketawa-ketawa main handphone kat tepi. Tak boleh lah kan, not nice kan. Sama lah macam tu. Okay, so it's not just about you. I learn this from my children as well. So we have this gap generation difference, but we need to be able to blend each other. Not just you blending with them, we also want to be able to blend with you, and they also want to be able to blend with you. Kan, betul kan? So we work together on this. Boleh eh? So when we do community service, this is the best, the biggest challenges. Enabling us to be together and create wonders. Okay, so I hope it's going to be a very good semester to all of you. I hope you will learn a lot and you will bring this for the rest of your life, inshallah. Thank you very much for me. Thank you.
Thank you so much for feedback, for the sharing. I hope you get something from her speech. Okay, I will continue my presentation. Nazir, is anyone KKL? Okay. Right, so this is the outline. I already mentioned about this. Okay. Okay, this one, so this is the four pillars that you need to know before you conduct a service learning. Right? And you have to know that it's a compulsory. The second one must have transfer knowledge. Okay? As what we mentioned by Prof. Intan, at least the form of transfer knowledge is not necessarily you conduct like discussion or speech, not necessarily. Probably it's in the form of poster presentation or module, a set of module, or probably you provide a learning platform like in website, right? So it can be any form of knowledge transfer. So it's up to you. You as a students, you will discuss and you have to decide what kind of service learning program that you want to conduct, right? And then you have to make sure that you can achieve the objective of the program. Number 4, I will share with you some of the important things that you need to know, right? Right, this is sort of like a process for you to do kertas kerja apa bahasa Inggeris? Paperwork, yeah. Paperwork preparation. The first one, you need to identify the activities. Normally what you can do is actually to brainstorm together in your class amongst students. You discuss, you address some community issues among community. For example, you from class bola sepak, football, right? So you plan to do something, some service learning for youth in certain area. So maybe they have like a football club or something like that. So you want to do a program to transfer whatever knowledge that you have to these kids, right? So you discuss about the issues, what actually the main issues amongst these kids in that community. So you come up with the activity to address the issues. So that can be one of the ways. And then you come up with a paperwork. So you need to follow the guidelines. So you go through the link there, and then you download the guideline, and we have template. So just fill in everything, and the paperwork should be in Bahasa Malaysia. Okay, if you cannot write or read Bahasa Malaysia, you can ask someone who can write and read Bahasa Malaysia. So the SU, the secretary, should be people who can read and write Bahasa Malaysia. And then the third one, we have you have the assistant lecturer. So assistant lecturer must go through the paperwork, and then after that you can get endorsement from the lecturer or the coordinator. So we have 5 clusters. That means you have 5 lecturers or coordinator. So all paperwork must go through your assistant lecturer, and then your lecturer or coordinator. So these are 4 steps. So these are the coordinator for each cluster. The first one from academic and for professionalism, Dr. Muhammad Izan. The second one from sport and recreational, Associate Professor Dr. Mazura Jusso. The third one from uniform bodies, Dr. Akmal Siddiq. The third one from culture and arts, Associate Professor Dr. Fong Wan Heng. And then the last one from kesukarelawanan, what we call it? Volunteerism, Dr. Lukman Hakim. The handsome guy back there, to Dr. Lukman. Right? So this is the process of getting endorsement from the Center of Academic and Experiential Learning. So you need to hand over the paperwork. We will give you the link to submit the paperwork, and you need to fill some information, and then there will be a correction. So in our part, we will go through the paperwork, and sometimes we will ask you to do some correction, and then we will hand over to you again to do the correction using the same form. Alright, so there's a note down there. It's very important note, even it's small, it's very important. The paperwork can be submitted in week 4 and week 5 only these 2 weeks. So now it's already week 2. So next week should be where the discussion happen, and then you already have organization to craft or to construct the paperwork, and then the next 4th week and 5th you need to submit, right? So the deadline is 22nd of April, and we have what we call as a paperwork presentation. So this year we're gonna have a physical meeting for presentation. This is where you pitch your ideas, your paperwork. You need to do some presentation. The leader of your organization must present. Okay? And we will have a schedule and proper venue for you guys to do presentation, and we also have panels to give some feedbacks. Not really to reject the ideas, but give you feedback so that you can improve your project. Okay? So the good thing is that in the earlier process we already go through your paperwork, so we already asked you to do some correction, right? So meaning that in this presentation it should be like only discussion on how you're going to conduct the project, not really to reject the idea, right? So each one of you will be given only 5 minutes for presentation. A very short presentation, 5 minutes. So make sure you prepare the slides, a proper slide for 5-minute presentation. Okay, and we're going to share the format of presentation. I think we'll be informed by your assistant lecturer, and then we also give you the result of presentation within 3 days. So during the service learning program, service learning program can be conducted either in Malaysia or outside Malaysia. So this is up to you guys. We have several community service lab outside Malaysia. We have in Indonesia, so you can choose anywhere in this region. Please don't go to Africa or to America. No, we don't have that much money. Don't ever plan to go to Europe, no, or China, or India, no. Just in this region like Indonesia. I'm talking about Brunei, Singapore, Thailand, okay? Don't go outside ASEAN. Okay, maybe some of you, I need to go to Europe. No. Okay. In this region, ASEAN region. Okay. So you can go. You can conduct service learning program outside. So we consider it as an international service learning. We have some sort of a special budget from you, especially to program that plan to be conducted in our what we call it as a community lab outside Malaysia, like in Indonesia. We're going to give you another additional 5,000 ringgit. Okay, 5,000 ringgit out of your existing budget. So talking about budget, I will go and discuss about that later on. All right. So we already selected 5 courses to conduct service learning program at Benot. It's very near here, around 1 hour from here. We already selected the courses. So whoever plan to do in Benot is not possible anymore because we already have courses to do service learning in Benot. For those who have been selected, so it's compulsory for you guys to conduct service learning in Benot. Okay. So we have others service learning community lab like in Sabah. We have one in Sabah. That means you can go to Sabah. We have in Tanjung Surat in Indonesia. We have Hulu Langat in Selangor, so you can go to Selangor. Where is it? Anything else? That's it? Sempurna Sabah. Tanjung Surat. Okay. I think that's all. Okay. We have that 4 or 5 places, so you can choose from, or you can do elsewhere in Malaysia. Okay, maybe your hometown in Terengganu, Kelantan, is up to you guys. Alright, so this is how you select the community, the targeted group. So the first one is about range of the age. The first one is warga emas. What is the warga emas in English? Senior citizen, like me. I'm younger, but older inside. I'm dying. No. Senior citizen, yeah, senior citizen. And the second one is a youth in the range 25 to 40, and then the third one 18 to 25. And the last one is the secondary school students. Okay? We don't really recommend you to conduct a service learning program amongst primary school students. I think because of the levels of knowledge transfer, it's kind of limited if you conduct service learning program for primary school students. So we would like to advise you or recommend you go from 18 to senior citizen. Okay? And then talking about the selection of the venue or the community, in one place, the maximum program can be conducted only 2 in one place. Okay, that means if you have selected that place and somehow there's another 2 groups already booked the place, so that means you need to go to another place. Okay, it's happened because we have more than 50 courses, around more than 1,500 students. It's like in week 12, 13, like Malaysia is very busy with you guys. You guys like everywhere. Okay. So it's not limited to surrounded UTM. You can go further to the north, to Perlis, or you can fly to the East Malaysia, Sabah and Sarawak, or to other islands like Pulau Tioman, Pulau Langkawi, only one flight away. JB and Pulau Langkawi, very short flight. Please think about it. because you can invite me to go there. and one of the most important criteria, this one. Whatever program that you plan, make sure it can be sustained in the future. Okay, it's not one-off program. For example, in the previous class, the assistant lecturer already go to Sempurna Sabah. That means that is possible for you again to go to Sabah. Or, for example, your assistant lecturer say, okay, because last 5 years we already go to Johor, I want to go to another state, which is possible. Just to make sure that the program is something that from the previous one. Okay, so start talking to your assistant lecturer or lecturer and plan. And please think about the continuity, the sustainability of the program, something that can be carried on in the future. It's not ended. It's not the end when you come back to UTM. We don't want that. We want a program that really gives impact in limited budget. Okay, the themes, we have themes actually. Themes, this one. The theme for this year, service learning program is physical transformation. Physical transformation. It has been like many years, it's about the mind transformation. This semester we like to see physical transformation. Okay, think about it. Not you, the physical, not you, but the community. Okay? Alright. So this is some of the etiquette that you need to think about or consider during the service learning. The first one, the assistant lecturer will be monitor the progress, and then especially during this discussion between the organization, between you as a student with the community. Okay, please make sure you prepare. We have getting a lot of response, the good one and the bad one from the community. Okay, so please make sure that you prepare the notes, you know the name of the program, you know the objective of the program, you prepare the tentative of the program, right? You know what are the activities that you plan for the program. Everything should be in your fingertips when discussion happens between you and the community. Please avoid, talking to each other, what is the name of the program, during the presentation with the community. It shows that you don't really prepare. So please do preparation. Okay? And then we also advise you to use a formal agreement or a formal communication with the community, like emails or probably like the physical, the snail mail, or you can discuss with them during using social media like Facebook or WhatsApp. Okay, but please make sure it's formal conversation. It's not something like you do with your friends. Okay. Please avoid that informal conversation with the community. Third, you need to have initial or early discussion with the community, but make sure you ask your assistant lecturer to go with you. Don't go alone for the first time meeting. Go with your assistant lecturer, it's a must. Okay. Number 4. You need to prepare 100%. Number 5, you as an ambassador of UTM, and then you need to keep your etiquette as a good citizen. Right, collaboration with the external bodies is an option. It's not a must, it's options. If you get a chance to collaborate with like external agency, is very good, especially if you plan to conduct the service learning program outside Johor, where you need more budget, more money. to fly, to conduct the program. So you need external agencies. I can be sure, like one class, if you have 25 students, that means you've been already allocated around 2,500 ringgit. If your class is 35 students, that means 3,500 ringgit. 100 per student, the allocation for the budgeting, right? And if you plan to do service learning outside Johor or like international, like in Indonesia, we give you additional 5,000 ringgit after approval. Alright? Okay. So it is good if you have external collaboration with external agencies. So after you complete with the execution of your service learning program, so you need to hand in your report. There are two types of report, okay? The first one is the activity report, the service learning report. So you need to prepare them, and then there is a template. You just go to the link and then you download the document, and then you just follow all the format. You just fill in, right? And then you submit also the link, the report to the link, and then the report must be endorsed by the lecturer or the coordinator of the cluster, right? So this is about, the second one is about financial management for the service learning. As I mentioned, 100 ringgit per student, okay, 100 ringgit per student. So if your project is very good, we are going to give additional budget, okay? So make sure your project is impactful. So there's a way for you to conduct a program. I know it's very difficult. You want to execute the program if you don't have the seed money or the pendahuluan. I don't know pendahuluan apa bahasa Inggeris? The advance, okay? The advance budget, right? So we're going to give you some advance money. Actually, it depends on how fast you process the document, and then how fast you discuss with your assistant lecturer. Actually, this is like very easy way for you to conduct the program if you have the advance money. Okay, you can get 100% advance money. If you ask for 3,000 ringgit, you will get advance 3,000 ringgit. Okay? So make sure you apply for advance money. So you need to apply for it, and then we will respond it. Okay? And all the money will go to your assistant lecturer, not to the leader of the class. Today they got the money, the leader, tomorrow is already finished. Fly to Europe. I have my own service learning. So all the advance money will go to your assistant lecturer. So the assistant lecturer will monitor in and out, okay, the money, the flow of the money, okay. And please don't forget to prepare the receipt. All the original receipt is really compulsory when it comes to reporting your financial, your budget, okay? Okay. So what can be you can spend using the budget? The first one is to buy tools, equipments. So it's up to you guys. You can buy like what we call as a toolkits for program. Toolkits. You cannot buy food for the participant. You cannot. Okay? All this money for you guys, for the program. But if you are willing to give at least breakfast, morning, like refreshment to the participants, and you're willing to spend a little bit more, So you can put it in under your like toolkits for the program. Probably pencil, pen, A4 papers, and some small breads and water. So you can consider as a toolkit. Okay. So that is how you can spend. So buy tools or equipment. The second one is for your refreshment or lunch or whatever breakfast for you guys. The third one is the transportation and probably logistic. Number 4, if you invite speakers, there's some emolument for the speakers. But number 4, this one we don't really encourage for you to invite speakers. We don't encourage. Normally they will charge more, and we don't want that. We want you to spend the money for your program, not to spend to give them. They're already rich guy. Don't spend. Right? Because every semester is happening. So all the speakers are happy. Because you are giving money to them every semester. So please avoid that. So spend the money for the program, not to the speakers. Okay? You can purchase gifts. Right? For the participants. This is other thing that you cannot spend on. T-shirt. You cannot spend on T-shirt. Oh, I want to have like, uniform kan? T-shirt program. No, you cannot. Okay? And then you cannot purchase a program after program. You will not consider as a part of the program. Okay? So all the receipts must before the education, before the program date. Okay? Or you want to purchase a very expensive tools, we will not approve that. Okay? So this is like the rating for speakers. I think this is from the government sectors. They have grades there. This is the charge per hour. This is based on their educational background. So this is the charge per hour. See, there's a lot. If you invite me, it's only 400 ringgit, 1 hour. For me, at least 4 hours. Okay. So, see, I can go Europe. Go to Europe by this money only. Okay. Okay, income generation is not compulsory. Actually, it's not compulsory for you to generate income from the service learning. Because the service learning, the spirit of service learning for you to give, not to get. If you craft a program for you to generate money, something wrong. Okay? But you can get sponsorship from your collaborators or from your strategic partners. Okay, they can give money to you to conduct the program. So all these external money that come into your program must be reported to Kyle, to this Kyle UTM ID, and then must go to the UTM endowment. Then you can spend on it. Okay? So I would like to recommend, if you want to get sponsorship, get in the form of tangible stuff, things, not in money. Probably they sponsor logistics, they sponsor tickets, they sponsor gift or hampers, or they sponsor the hall. You don't have to rent the hall, they sponsor the hall, something like that. That we consider as a sponsorship. Okay? So after you spend the money, you need to report, do some report. The financial report, you need to prepare. There's a template again, there's a template, there's a link. You just go to the link and then get the template, and then you fill in all the forms, and it's done. Okay? You have to make sure that you have the receipts, the original copy of the receipts, or you have the invoice, or you have the proof of the order of the bank transaction. If you do it online, you must have the proof. Okay? If you go to the community by Grab, just print screen your transaction, and that will be the proof. Okay? The Grab always provide with the details, the location, right? Okay. If you fly to Langkawi, very cheap, 300 ringgit 2 ways. Okay, provide the transaction. We don't need your e-boarding. The transaction, you purchase the ticket. We don't want to see the e-boarding. To try to get us jealous, no. Okay, just provide the transaction. Okay, and then for those who cannot or couldn't get the advance money, you can advance your own money, and then you claim back the money. As long as it's within the range of the budget, 100 ringgit per student. If you in the class is 35, how much you will get? Yeah, 3,500 ringgit. Okay, so that's the maximum. And then you prepare the documents, and then you need to hand it over to UTM iLink in the hard copy form, not soft copy but hard copy. Apparently we are very classic in that sense. We need hard copy because we don't believe soft copy. Okay, we don't, not to say we don't believe you, we believe you. We just don't believe in a soft copy. Okay, so prepare the hard copy with the original receipt. So these are the weeks, and this is sort of like the timeline you can follow. Okay, more question? Any question from the floor? Yes, sir. The theme? Yes, the theme for this semester is physical transformation. That means you have a tangible output. Something you can touch, you can see. Yes. So it's a challenge for you. Okay? Tangible output. For example, if you form photo creative, probably the output of your service learning is a gallery. Not like very fancy gallery, like small gallery for Campo. Okay? Something like that. Or probably for you from science and community, okay, you have this, what we call it as a garden or something like that. It's a physical transformation. You prepare garden, you have garden something. Or you from sport, okay, sport, you create events. Or you create a club for them with some additional, like equipments for them. Probably equipment not from you, but from the sponsor. Okay, something like that. Right. Done. Now is the last agenda. CESCO is the Community Engagement Showcase and Co-Curriculum Exhibition. At the week 13, all of you will conduct CESCO. CESCO is like an exhibition day. Everyone who enroll in co-curriculum, you guys will exhibit your project, your service learning project. Okay? So this is sort of the plan. The SESCO will be held on 17th of June on Saturday at Dewan Sultan Iskandar. So it's fully aircon, which is good. And it's a compulsory with you guys. So we have some VIPs over there, the Ministry of Higher Education, our Vice Chancellor and Deputy Vice Chancellor, and we have other important person. So this is the task force. We will give you this document, don't worry. I know you like to take a picture of me here, but this document will be shared with you guys, don't worry. Okay? We will make sure that you get it, because this information is very important. Okay? So this is like the task that you need to do. Okay? And this is the person in charge, like golf, orienteering, science and community. So this is the courses here with your assistant lecturer's name. Okay? Agricultural skills, pembuatan perabot, furniture making, okay? Mosque development, ICT, robotic and community. So these are the courses. That's mean you guys. Okay? Even though you see here, this is your assistant lecturer's name, but the person who organized this event is the students. It's the students' event. Okay? Your assistant lecturer will help you. So these are the jobs or the tasks that you need to go through. Okay? There's a lot here. Don't worry, everyone will get one. Okay? So we have everything here. Don't worry. Thank you. So around 1 to 2 minutes probably you have questions? No? Get ready to go to bazaar? Buy food? That's already belum pukul 4. Yes, sir. Yes. On the day. Oh yeah. It should be counted. Yes. You can spend on the day of the event. Can you name me some things that you purchase on the event? Probably you can think of probably like transportation, right? Or transportation, you go to the community, you have Grab, and then you come back. Yeah, makes sense. Okay. Yes. Postmortem for the meeting, your meeting or with your community. Okay, if you schedule or if you plan to have postmortem meeting, make sure it's counted, is listed on your budgeting, your proposal. You have done food, probably your meeting will be at KFC or Pizza Hut, just put it down. Who knows, they will allow you. Question. Belakang. People at the back, okay. Encik Muhyiddin, okay. Mantap. Encik Rosizam, boleh eh? Boleh. Oh silat tu, jangan main tu. Silat kena awak. Ada? Yes.
Untuk aktiviti yang berisiko, mungkin perlu isi university checklist ke?
Okay, that is a good one. Good response. For those who are planning to have a program which we consider as a risky, high risk, they need to fill a form. Where can I get the form? Can you help us assist? Okay.
DVC, DEV,
Okay, you can share the link in the assistant group WhatsApp, and then they will share with the classroom. So if you plan to have like high risk, probably for the students, right? Ada jungle trekking lah, kan, flying fox lah, daripada dari KL turun ke bawah, who knows, kan? Right, I don't know. Free jumping dekat Pulau Langkawi tu ada kan? Tapi Langkawi. Oh, scuba diving, so dalam tu is risky activity. You need to fill a form. So we will share you the link, so you will fill a form. Ada lagi? Tak ada. That's good. Thank you so much. Have a good evening. Class dismissed. Bye.